Welcome back to Bayders Estate School for Term 4. Hope everyone had a really fantastic holiday and have come back refreshed and ready for a really busy Term 4. No surprises that Term 4 is a pretty hectic one for our school, as is all schools, with Year 6 students finishing up and all the events that go with that, our award ceremonies, reporting, and planning obviously for the next school year. So please make sure you keep an eye on all the calendar items that will be in the newsletter and coming home from your teachers over the next term, because there's lots and lots on, and we obviously want to see all you guys engage with all those things as much as you possibly can, and certainly for the Year 6s to enjoy their final 10 weeks here at Bayders Estate School, and obviously for primary school. For those of you who've been past the Tina Street part of the school, the front of the school, over the last couple of weeks, you would have noticed some fairly significant work that's been carried on out there. So been a little bit of a project for the last little while in getting together some ideas and some concepts around how we can make that a more usable area, really driven by the fact that the forestry that was in front of the school right up against the building was having a pretty negative impact on the condition of that building, and wasn't terribly usable and certainly not very easy to maintain. So a really big thank you to the P&C, who have contributed a significant amount of money to that project and have been able to make it happen much sooner than what it would have without their assistance. So I think the area looks absolutely fantastic. Really proud that we can see what is a beautiful old building at the front of our school, and I think makes a real statement that this is Bayders Estate School, and you're welcome to come here at any time. So the landscape works will pretty much be finished this week. We still have a couple of really large decks that will go around the two large trees out the front, and there'll be a couple of more weeks yet before they're ready. So the area will largely be closed off, so we'll restrict access a little bit through that Tina Street part of the school, just to the one entrance sort of in front of the main office. But as soon as we get those decks down and we're confident that the grass can take traffic after just being laid yesterday, we'll open that up and obviously allow students and parents to access that area. So already, whilst we've removed a heap of trees, there's nearly 300 trees and shrubs that have gone in, and they have made a really significant impact on making that area look lots and lots tidier. Some really nice turfed areas there, so it's a really hardy turf that's used on a lot of really prominent sports fields around Australia that we know will be a really nice addition for the kids out there to sit and to eat, and even, I think most importantly, it's a really great learning space out there once it'll be completed. So if you haven't had a look, please do. There's a couple of photos in the newsletter that show what it was like a few weeks ago and what it looks like now, and it's a stark contrast, and I hope that everyone really enjoys and appreciates what is a really positive change, I think, for our school. This coming Monday is a student-free day, so that is the same student-free day that's happened for the last probably 10 or 15 years. It always happens at this point in October, so please don't send your students on Monday. Staff will be here engaged in professional development activities, but classes will not run as normal. So there will be a change to that one for next year. It will be moving into September, and we believe that'll coincide on the Friday of the show weekend as well, but we'll give you some more information once that's all been confirmed. So that is a statewide student-free day. It's not just a Bayders Estate School thing. It's something that all state schools engage in Queensland. Kingfisher Cup, so there was some articles in the Kingfisher Cup at the end of last term, just stating where we're at in terms of the successes that we'd had. So it was a fantastic couple of days for both our netballers and for our rugby league guys and girls, but we were really happy that the under-12s were able to walk away with that under-12 premiership. We did have a little bit of a session on assembly this week that just to allow Levi, our captain, who wasn't able to make it in that last game, to play or to even watch the presentation due to an injury. So I know he really enjoyed being able to stand up in front of his team and say thanks and enjoy that little experience, given he missed out on that in that last little piece of the 2 days. So well done again to all those guys. Some really fantastic results in netball as well. We had our junior team as runners up, and we even had one of our students selected as umpire's choice as well. So that's really fantastic to see. This week we saw the first of our gold pins being awarded, so well done to those 4 students who received those this week. A really huge honour, and I know that those kids have worked exceptionally hard and are absolutely deserving to be the first 4 who have been awarded those. So lots of gold and silver certificates were given out this week as well. A bit of a backlog because of the holidays and missing that first Monday of schools impacted that as well. So please just be on the lookout for messages from your teachers if your student's going to be getting any one of those certificates. Also, just a reminder that generally at this time of the year we move the bronze certificates out of assembly because the majority of our students have now been awarded those. Those will now be given out in classes if your student's just achieving those at this time of the year. That's about it from me. As I said, please keep an eye on all those calendar items and make sure that you sing out if there's anything that you need in particular. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll be starting to look at how our staffing mix will look for 2020. But again, just a reminder, prep parents, we really need you to enrol. We need you to seek out those who haven't enrolled, and that'll make it a little bit easier for us to be able to determine who will teach which classes, and then in turn which students will put in those classes. So all the help we can get in that space will be fantastic. We are still looking to be slightly reduced in numbers again next year, but the sooner we know what we've got coming in for prep, or if you're leaving in another year level, or looking at coming from another school or another state, the sooner you get those details to us, the sooner we can factor that in, and the sooner we can have some information to you all. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time.